Welcome to our FWCS system of instruction. As Matt shared with you the overview of our system that we have developed, today we will dive further into that, specifically small group instruction. As we know, our students are needing support in their differentiated needs and learning trajectories. Our goal for today is to provide information and support for building principals, assistant principals, and teachers, as well as coaches and counselors, to support our students in gaining the skills needed to move forward in their proficiency levels. Today we will specifically target small group instruction with a priority focus from the district on guided reading in grades K to 5 and reciprocal teaching in grades 6 to 12. Let's get started. As you can see in our system of instruction, we have multiple components working together to comprise one system to pull all of the various resources that we have had into one overall system. Where we will focus today is in core instruction. However, you'll see that we start and end with the analysis of data. This relates very well to something that is familiar to you that you can see on the left-hand side of your screen, the teaching and learning cycle. As you have time to explore this later today, you will be able to make connections between your prior knowledge of the teaching and learning cycle with this system of instruction that we are investigating today. So we will dive into core instruction tier 1 for today. One of the things that I draw your attention to is a comprehensive framework. It is our goal that students are provided with multiple modalities for learning: whole group, small group, and independent practice. As you will see, there are hyperlinks available to take you directly to resources and to information regarding each of those. There is also a link for digital options. Technology has done an excellent job of putting together all of our resources for us so that they are in one succinct location for teachers to reference as they determine instruction and assessment. As we scroll down, you will notice that we have segmented our modalities into 3 parts: whole group, small group, and independent practice. It is important to further discuss that these all should be happening within our lesson planning, and that one should not be separate from another, that they should all be occurring within a given lesson. That does not necessarily mean that they are linear. That does not necessarily mean that whole group must precede small group and also precede independent practice. The formation of how these are facilitated can vary depending upon the needs of the students as well as the teacher's planning, but we also want to ensure that all 3 are well met. As we look at small group for today, we can see that we have students are purposely grouped to provide differentiated, which can be by skill level or task, learning opportunities. As I mentioned earlier, the district will be prioritizing and monitoring guided reading in grades K to 5 and reciprocal teaching in grades 6 to 12. One of the priorities is that there is a teacher-led small group. We want students to have an opportunity in small group to have teacher-led instruction. For those students who are not working in that teacher-led small group, they will have opportunities to work in other cooperative learning groups. As you'll see here, there are multiple options, but as discussed, the focus will be for guided reading and reciprocal teaching to be our first priority moving forward. If we click on small group, this will give us more information as to specifically the why, the what, and the how. What does that look like? So first, let's examine the why. Small group instruction allows teachers to pre-teach or reteach skills. It provides opportunities for teachers to address needs beyond whole group, accommodating students below, on, or above grade level. It allows us to empower students to deepen their knowledge or understanding of a topic, as well as allows for personalized instruction based on needs or interests. We are able to provide personalized feedback in a timely manner and allow extra practice of a skill or concept in a small setting. Students are also given opportunities to provide communication with one another through rich discussion, as well as sharing their knowledge and developing social learning opportunities. Furthermore, small group requires problem solving and decision making processes and allows for peers to gain feedback. We really want to ensure that our students' groupings are based upon data. It is important that students are grouped and regrouped by a shared skill or by their proficiency levels of a skill in order to maintain flexible grouping. Teachers can target specific needs that may arise for students based upon data, as we discussed earlier with the system of instruction, starting and ending with the analysis of data. That will contribute to how students are grouped. For the how, students will be grouped with 3 to 5 in each small group. These groups should last 15 to 20 minutes, allowing each student to have an opportunity to be a participant in the teacher-led small group. The instruction should be explicit and concise. These groups can be based upon skill, like a letter sound or a vowel sound, or it can be more traditional grouping, such as based upon a given reading level. Small group skills should be explicitly taught after introducing them in whole group or reviewing them as needed. As we know, students will be working collaboratively with others, and we want to ensure that expectations are set on what happens during this small group time in order to provide our students with ownership of learning and to hold them accountable. Other students working in stations independently or collaboratively will be given opportunities to have meaningful and authentic instruction, to make connections and that transfer of knowledge from what they've learned in one lesson to the next. Again, our groups should be flexible. As you're working today, addressing the questions that CARE provides to you, think about how the small group instruction that you have seen in the system of instruction today aligns with your school improvement plan. What connections can you make to ensure that your next steps moving forward, whether it be in an elementary setting with a priority on guided reading or in the secondary setting with a focus on reciprocal teaching, will allow to meet students where they are and to further their development and learning on their each individual trajectory?